everyone, I'm Evelyn. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, I am back with some builds. Actually, I was supposed to have 2 builds going up this weekend, but I forgot to do the voiceovers before the weekend, and I'm currently in the middle of a readathon for the other channel, so I I get distracted by reading, and all of a sudden it's late, and I'm like, wait a minute, you forgot those voiceovers for the other channel? And that's what's happened, including today. I was like, yesterday I sat down and I was like, you gotta do the voiceover for the build so it can go up tomorrow. And then I've been gone for most of the day doing stuff and stuff, and now it's late and I forgot to do the voiceover. I am terrible, but I am here with the build, and yeah, I'm sounding a lot better, by the way, compared to the last video that went up on the channel. I'm very happy that my health is going in the right direction. Anyway, before we get into talking about this build, I just have a quick little disclaimer for you. Thank you to the EA Creator Network for making this video possible by providing me with codes throughout the years so I can continue making videos for you guys. And also, if you want to support the channel, I have a creator code with them. You can see it on the screen right now. Feel free to use it if you want to, or don't. No pressure whatsoever. Now let's get back to the video. So it has been a while since the last time I built in Henford-en-Bagley, I think. Completely forgot what the world is called. And I just remembered as I was saying that. Henford-en-Bagley, okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've built here, but I was curious to see what the world looked like during autumn, because I don't actually think that I have ever seen this world during autumn. So I'm still in my I want to build everything during autumn phase, and we're not moving out of that, by the way. That's the thing for September. And so I just wanted to see what everything looks like. The lighting here by default during summer is very interesting. It's not really my cup of tea personally, because it's very green, and it's like that all the time. Even with my reshade, as you can see, I have like a slight pink overlay over everything, and even with that, which should negate green lighting, it's still very, very green. So green is not necessarily like, at least like it's more like a spring kind of green, not necessarily an evergreen kind of green, you know what I mean? So it has like a slight yellow tint to it, or a yellow undertone or something, and so not necessarily the most autumnal kind of green. And it's still kind of there during autumn, as you can see. And then they don't really have red trees, but magenta or violet or purple or burgundy kind of trees instead. Very much a contrast to all the green. I like the vibe. I didn't mind it. I did accidentally add a red tree to this lot though, I just want to say. So there aren't a whole lot of trees in the game that during autumn turn this violet or purple burgundy kind of color instead of red or yellow or orange, and so I added one, even though I added 2 of the other sort as well. But yeah, it's there. It stands out a little bit if you zoom out. If you place this house down in your game on this lot, and then zoom out, you'll see the tree stands out a little bit, which is why I mentioned it. But it's fine, right? So still kind of building an autumn vibe sort of house. Lots of red, orange, and yellow in there. I know that there are other autumnal colors. I also use a lot of green in my interiors. I just personally, someone asked if I could do like the less like classic autumn colors. I feel like we don't really have a lot of purple items in the game. Purple is my favorite color. Like, I would definitely use purple a lot if only we had the items, but we kind of don't. We really don't. It's like, it's a thing. So probably not gonna go in that direction too much, just because there's a huge lack of items, unfortunately. I think you could probably do something with like the seasons items, but then it becomes this, it's like an eggplant kind of, yeah, not yellow, purple. So, and there's just not a whole lot of it in the game, unfortunately. The red, yellow, orange is a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to go for, because there's such a big variety of items that'll fit into that color scheme. So that's what I usually do. But I do recognize that there are other color schemes that fit with autumn, just want to say. And don't worry, we're not just doing autumn builds. I have another, I had Townhouse. I have a Townhouse. I can't speak all of a sudden. It's not working. But I have a Townhouse going up possibly tomorrow, and then next week we're doing something else. And then because I did a poll, I think it was like Thursday or Friday. If you haven't voted in it, feel free to go vote. However, it's so even, the result is so even that I feel like, and you can only vote once, so it's not like everyone's just sat there and pressed on 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever it is. It's like, it's very even. So I think what I'm gonna do is just dedicate not this upcoming week to it, but the week after, to just do all 3, even though it's gonna take a long time, but I'm gone for the weekend because it's my niece's birthday and I'm gonna be a good auntie and go celebrate her birthday. But I'm gonna do my best to get those 3 up. I think that's kind of cool, like a theme week and a autumnal theme week, so we can do something else next week and not let the autumn take over completely, which would also make sense because apparently it's like 20 degrees here next week. Celsius for the Americans, you always ask. No, it's still Celsius. So it won't be the most autumnal vibe that I'll get in real life next week. I'm still kind of like, I'm still manifesting. I'm just drinking hot tea, sitting in my office, even though it's way too warm. I'm like doing the things, and it's like the universe is not listening to me. It's not working. I'm sitting here in a blanket in my knitted top. I can't even turn on the heating because they haven't turned on the heating in the building yet because it's too warm outside. Like, that's what we're dealing with. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but well, I know what's going on. It's called global warming. But it's very annoying. It's just annoying at this point. So we'll do something else next week. Maybe townhouses for the entire week or something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But there will be one up though. I kind of, completely unrelated to this, but I'm in the habit of talking about my next build as I'm doing the voiceover for the current one. I know. I don't know if it's annoying or whatever, but I'm gonna continue doing it. Because my thoughts are already, my latest thoughts are basically on that build. I don't remember what I thought when I built this. I should get into the habit of doing the voiceovers right after doing the builds, but it takes a while for me to move or change my habits, and it's just not, it's not the schedule or the rhythm that I'm on in whatever right now. So it's gonna take a little bit of time to move it, but be patient with me, okay, friends? But I wanted to do like a mini apartment, and so I decided to do a townhouse, and it's kind of weird. I feel like it works, but you might not agree with me. Anyway, this house though is built on a 30 by 20 Henford, like I mentioned before. It's like a corner lot. It's in the upper left side of the Henford. I think it's the upper left side, isn't it? I can't actually fully visualize Henford-en-Bagley right now, but I believe it's in the upper left area of the map, and then it's like right in the corner of that neighborhood. So it's kind of secluded. It's up on a hill. It has a beautiful view, and it's for 2 parents, and I believe, wait, can I check? Is it a kid? I think it's a kid. Yes, 2 parents and a kid, and it has 1 full bathroom and then a powder room with, I believe, laundry machines on the ground floor as well. Although now that I've said that, I forgot hampers, so you're gonna have to remember to put those in the build. Sorry, I do that sometimes. I did, however, make sure that there was room for what I think is a dog, because they don't have, there's no litter box in there, so just be aware of that. But yeah, they have a pet. Essentially, they have a pet and a little bit of a farming area outside where they can, you know, grow whatever crops they feel like. I don't know, pumpkins would maybe be a good idea, you know. I'm not saying that you have to plant pumpkins out there, but it would fit with the house right now, as it is right now. You're free to change this to whatever you want it to be, like whatever you want to change. Feel free to do it. I'm not forcing you to, use my builds in the exact way they're put up for download, because I know that it's not going to fit everyone's households. So feel free to change it however you'd like, including the yard. Anything in this build, if you don't like it, feel free to change it. I'm saying that because in a weird way as well, because I feel like if I downloaded this build off the gallery and I saw the color scheme, I would probably go like, no, I don't think so. But that's because I actually don't really like red in interior. I've said this before. Someone got really offended when I said that, because how dare I have preferences in colors, but I grew up, like, my mom is obsessed with red, okay? My mom's obsessed with red. She knows I don't like red, because her entire kitchen, all the kitchen appliances, not the fridge and like not the oven, but like everything else is red. It's all red. All the tools, red. So I've had enough of red, okay? I've had enough red. It's just no more. So I personally would probably not. I'd probably change it to like not red, whatever color we're going for. I don't really know, but not red. But you know, it doesn't mean I mean no offense to those of you who like red out there. Just know that, okay? No offense whatsoever. I'm not judging you in any way. But I probably change it to green. I'd go with green. Or maybe not. I don't know. But you're free to change the color scheme. But that's why I said it in that weird way. Because I'm like, you know what? If I downloaded this, I would probably change the color scheme. Also because having an autumnal color scheme all year is a little bit overkill. For me personally. It's like having, well, I would actually have, if I was brave, I would have Christmas decorations up in my apartment all year. I would, but I'm not brave. I'm not a brave girl, woman. I was about to say brave boy, but like, that sounds so odd. Yeah, if you've never heard that before, you would sit there and be like, what is she talking about? But anyway, so we're not doing that. Unfortunately, I am not brave. So no Christmas decor for me all year. And the same counts for autumnal color schemes and autumn decor. It's just not gonna fit in here all year because I am not brave. The layout on the second floor is challenging. Let's put it like that, challenging. It was challenging to decorate because I usually do this with these houses that have dormer windows. I split up the roofing. So first of all, this lot, the camera work is freaking terrible because there's like an invisible wall or something behind the lot, which causes, it's like one of those lots in the city, in the old town, I should say, in Windenburg. The camera just likes to jump around for no reason, and it does that on this lot as well, and it drove me bonkers. And on top of that, when you split up the roofing the way that I do usually when I have these dormer windows, window attics or dormer windows, second floors, whatever you want to call it, like this, the camera likes to jump because of the roof. And I know you can take them to like half wall. You can see right here. I'm struggling. I had to stop recording at some point and count to 10 because I was like, no, it was too much. Like it was too much jumping around. I also because I know that when it's sped up, it's so much worse. So that was a whole thing. But yes. By the way, if you're curious about the roof situation that I'm mentioning, I did a tutorial like years back where I explained how to do A-frames. It's the same method. It's the exact same method that I use to do these dormer windows, the second floors that are like this, like underneath roof. I don't know how else to explain it because I don't know if there's like an architectural term for it or whatever, but it's the exact same method. You just split up the roofing instead of just putting one roof piece over the entire second floor, or like build into the roof. It's probably linked in the description down in the description box. I was about to say down below, but that makes no sense. In the description box below this video, there's probably a link to either just the tutorials that I've done, and you can find it on that playlist, or it's linked directly into the description box because it was a rather requested tutorial back then, because I do a lot of A-frames, so it was asked quite often if I could do a tutorial on it. So actually, speaking of, if there are other tutorials you'd like to see me do, give a go. I don't know, this game has been out for a long time, and I don't know what people know when it comes to building, because I generally, I don't know. I just assume that if I know how to do something, everyone else knows how to do it too. So I'm always assuming, like, genuinely, that I'm the last person to figure these things out. But I might not be. I recognize that I might not be. So if there's something that you would like me to cover in a tutorial, let me know. I can do tutorials very quickly. It's not a bother at all. So just ask away. I actually took a picture of the sunroofing situation in. They have a sunroom, right? And I did glass roofing there, and I used the support beams from, I think it's from Cottage Living. They're supposed to be like roof decor pieces. I used them on the roof on this build as well. It's just like a beam thing. I casually called them these ones. I casually called them little losers because they are kind of little losers. I don't know, it's a thing. But I posted a picture of the sunroof on Twitter, and someone was like, how did you do that? That makes no sense. But it's just support beams. So like stuff like that. Like I'm always assuming that I'm the last person to know, but sometimes I recognize that I might not be. So if there's something you'd like for me to cover, something that you've been curious about, or feel free to let me know. Feel free to ask, because I genuinely always assume that everyone else knows because I know. Like, how could I possibly know something that another person doesn't know? You know? It sounds so terrible to say. Like, I feel like I'm like tearing myself down like completely, but it's just how my head works. It's fine. Don't question it too much. Okay, let's move on. So we're almost done actually. I think the rest of it is mainly me playing around with the plant pots. No, plant plots. Yes, plant plots. That was so weird. Why are those two words so similar? Anyway, and also having a crisis over which trees to put down as well, because it took a while. A lot of foliage around this house as well, by the way. Like, I made sure to cover the entire, except from the sunroom. That is a little bit cleared, but like other than that, using a lot of plants around the house. There's a lot of landscaping around this lot as well, so we want to like make sure that it suits with the surroundings and stuff, even though I've added a lot more purple to the foliage than there is used in the surroundings, but it just fit with the house. Not that many red plants for me to use, unfortunately. But we are at the end of the video, more or less, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you guys like the build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT, and as always, the tray files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comment, where you can also find a link to my booktube channel, so if you like to read, definitely feel free to go check it out. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!